Yeah, we've just been focusing on getting back to our foundation, figuring out who we are and who we want to be, mostly on the defensive end. I feel like our defense has kind of suffered the last couple of games, so just trying to get back to the basics and playing defense as a team.
Why do you think that the defense has suffered? Obviously, that was a strong suit for so many years for you guys, and even the start of the season.
Just a mindset thing. I think our mindset is not always focused on defense, and sometimes we let our offense dictate how hard and how intense we are on defense. So I think it's just a mindset thing, and turning that mindset and pushing each other to do it every time.
You lead the league in steals. Is steals everything to defense, or is there a little bit?
Nah, I mean, it has a part to do with defense, but I average like 2 steals, I think. It's like 100 and some possessions, so it doesn't change too much of the outcome of the game. It's more about getting stops and helping your offense. When you get stops, you're able to push the transition like we want to and play in the open court.
Last time we played the 36 was obviously about 15 assists. Is that something you focused on, or are you getting the team to perform just as well?
Nah, defense. Defense is the only way we're going to win games. Our defense has been slacking, so that's all we've been focusing on is defense.
Adelaide's got a doubleheader now. I know you guys play about 7,000 doubleheaders. Do you think it's an advantage for them if they, let's say, lose Thursday night, they can come bounce back against you guys? Because that's what Forde spoke about. Sometimes doubleheaders might be a benefit, and you feel like that might be a benefit for them.
I have no idea. You got to ask them that. I'm just focusing on trying to pick our defense up and just trying to win games. We're trying to make the playoffs. And to do that, we got to win a lot of these games that we got left. So it start with one game at a time. And whether they lose or win, they're going to come in here to try to beat us. So we got to try to beat them.
Tahjere now on the mic. What's the family culture like so far?
It's everything, man. It's just been getting us through it and keeping us level-headed and pushing us in the right direction. It brings joy when we have those type of losses we had and keeps you focused on the bigger picture and not dwelling too much.
Bulls birthday tomorrow, Forde Thursday. Are you going to take them out over the Muddies or something?
I got to think about it. I got to see how we play defense. It'll be after the game.
Do you think the team isn't gelling as much the last couple of games and that played an impact? Obviously, you guys have relied so heavily on yourself and Pat and Bull over a number of weeks.
I don't think it's gelling. I don't think you lose gelling over 2 games. I think it's one of those stretches you go through in the season where you can choose to go one way or the other. One way being distance yourself and go individually, or the other, finish as a team and try to do the best we can. And with the guys we got and the character we got, I feel like we're doing the right thing to finish as a team.
And there's still confidence in those guys to get into the playoffs. Some teams still quite low on that.
Yeah, for sure. But it's a close race. I've been here a couple years. I've seen crazier things happen. So one game at a time, and we do what we can.
Yeah, no, last time we played them, they did a pretty good job picking us apart in their pick and roll. We scored 116, but that's one thing we don't want to rely on is scoring. It's still pretty much on the defensive end. So, big focus, obviously, how we want to defend in the pick and roll. That probably let us down more than anything, especially in the Tassie game. And as Zach Humphries, for example, showing how effective he is, especially as a receiver, getting on the rim and finishing around the basket. I can't remember what he had on us last time, but I felt like his first half he was just absolutely dominant.
It's been a real roller coaster season for you guys. Can you identify, other than just the inexperience that you guys have or the squad, why I guess it's been such a roller coaster this season?
I think today's practice was a snapshot of that. We finished out a scrimmage where Orange is on a high energy run. They're engaging. Their offense is good, so their defense goes another level, which then makes their offense go another level. And they're playing both sides of the ball really well. And they beat Navy 17-2. And Navy starts to get a little bit within themselves and they're fractured and they start to go quiet. And this is us. We're a little bit Jekyll and Hyde. So we can't allow our offense to determine what we do defensively and vice versa. We've had too many games where everything's clicking and then virtually a couple of days later it's not. So it's hard to pinpoint exactly where the errors fall when it's just an accumulation of things which can be boiled down to effort and energy and communication.
We normally saw the doubleheaders normally should be a disadvantage, but you guys are playing many of them and you have to bounce back sometimes in the second game. Adelaide's got a doubleheader this week. Do you feel at all it'd be an advantage for them, or do you feel like you guys are comfortable with a single header playing that?
It's the schedule. I mean, we've had games where you thought it'd be a disadvantage and we played the better half of the second part of the road trip. So, I don't think there's any sweet science behind it other than the fact that if you're ready to play, you're ready to play.
I think Bobby, the last time I checked, Bobby leads the league in fast break points. Might have changed since, but do you think that's the best aspect of this game, is the open court?
I think attack break's good for anybody. You can get one of the worst offensive teams and the attack break points per possession is still going to be better than the best offensive team half-court set. So if you're not a very good attack break player, I don't think there's much of a future for anyone.
Obviously, Wombo was sitting out today. Is he expected?
Just a lot of discomfort. He copped that hit right before the half, which has re-aggravated the whiplash that he got the game before. So it's more just a bit of discomfort, and while we got such a long lead into this Adelaide game, it's better to rest some bodies more than anything.
And how's the swelling on pad? Is it not too bad at the moment?
Yeah, same. Just not too bad. A little bit of discomfort, but we'll use this, 3-day stretch of light practices and rest to get their bodies right.
Obviously, being such a strong defensive team normally, but the last couple of weeks we've seen that offensive side really pick up in the defence lack off a little bit. I guess, how do you go about equaling that out and making a good balance to help you guys rise on the ladder again?
Well, the interesting thing is, you look at the average defensive rating, it's poorer for everybody this year than it was last year. We can sit here and be critical of that defence. We still rank second. So I think it's probably more to do with maybe how the game's officiated. There's more foul shots. It's definitely a different vibe in the sense of offence seems to be rewarded more this year. And I'm not just saying that from the Cairns perspective, because we sit here still with the second best defensive rating, but it's vastly poorer than what it was last year. So it's more of a reflection on the league than anybody else.
And Adelaide's last in defensive rating. You can't drop this game, can you, this week from the playoff?
We can't drop any game. Like, we're 9 and 12 on the outside looking in. So there's got to be a balance, right, of us, trying to invest in some of our players that we've got returning, while still trying to be competitive and push for a plane.
Those two guys you mentioned, Wombo and Pat, expecting them to still suit up on Saturday?
The hope is to do that. Yeah, if we manage their time earlier in the week, we should be good by the end of the week.